when I read this, I thought, oh, it all takes place in one place. Like, and I'm just like kind of like kneeling down over the course of this movie. That's easy. Like, this is great. That's going to be just such an easy movie to make. I was so wrong. I remember the first time I read mine, I thought, this is really an ambitious thing in its sort of sense of minimalism. This is a movie that takes place all on one location. For the most part. There are obviously the flashbacks and the stuff leading up to it and all that, but 70% of this movie takes place with a guy stuck on a mine. And it seemed like a really interesting concept and a bold choice to do. Basically what I think the movie is, I think the movie is about a man who is actually on a mission in some unidentified country, and I think that's to keep it from being any sort of like political statement. But he's there, and he gets stuck on a landmine, his buddy dies, and now he's there. I was kneeling on my right knee for probably a month and a half, just like on the ground. At first, I was like, no knee pads. Like, I'm on sand, it doesn't matter, I don't need knee pads and all that. And then my knee it was like eventually just like sandpaper. It just started to take the skin off my knee, and I was like, okay, maybe I need knee pads. And then I put a knee pad on, and then that would start to ache because it was, the whole thing. There was just no way to get comfortable for a month and a half while kneeling. Like, if you just think about being on your knees for a month and a half, it's really uncomfortable. A lot of the thing that helped with the passage of time and the sort of character arc of this guy who really just stands there, and you can see, sort of like sunset and sunrise and stuff like that, but one of the ways that we really showed time was just the damage that the elements really took on Mike. I mean, by the time he's been there for 60 hours or 70 hours or something on this mine in the sun with no shade, I mean, he just looks like a piece of crispy bacon. Like, his lips were just cracked and bleeding, and he was so sunburned and his skin was peeling, and just completely dehydrated to the point where he's hallucinating, and it's painful to watch. It's hard to see a guy really get into that state. And then, of course, there's also not just the natural elements, but he's got animals involved, and he's out in the desert, and it's freezing. And then there's this mysterious Berber character who keeps showing up, who he's not sure, is this guy fucking with me? Like, the guy had a lot going on over the course of those 70 hours.
迷い込んでしまったのは脱出不能の地雷原。
There's 33 million landmines buried in this area.
Oh, I like it when you get optimistic, Mike.
Mayday, mayday.
Passing by your current location in about 52 hours.
What's next, huh?
alone。一歩踏み出して死ぬか、このまま死ぬか。